The story begins over 400,000 years ago, when the first woolly mammoths emerged from their ancestors in the cold plains of Siberia. Perfectly evolved for the Ice Age, these creatures were marvels of nature. Standing over 13 feet tall and weighing up to 6 tons, they roamed the vast mammoth steppe, an endless grassy land stretching from Western Europe to North America. The world they lived in was cold, brutal, but rich. Herds of mammoths wandered in their thousands, feeding on tough grasses and shrubs, their massive tusks sweeping away snow to reach the plants buried below. They survived where other giants could not, facing off against dire wolves, cave lions, and the deadly saber-toothed cats of the Ice Age. For over 300,000 years, the woolly mammoth was a survivor, enduring the rise and fall of glaciers, the freezing winds of Siberia, and the darkness of endless winters. They crossed frozen land bridges into North America, spreading their kind into new continents. Wherever they roamed, they ruled. Suddenly, and without warning, mammoth numbers began to fall. 10,000 years ago, where there had once been millions of mammoths, there were only thousands, then hundreds, then none. In Europe, in Asia, in North America, the mammoths disappeared, gone from the frozen tundra they had mastered for hundreds of millennia. But why? The answer is not simple. For decades, scientists searched for clues. Was it the warming climate that melted the ice sheets and drowned the mammoth steppe beneath rising seas? Was it disease? A plague that swept the herds and left them to die under the endless sky? Or was something far more dangerous to blame? As human civilizations began to rise, the great beasts fell. Did humans, the clever toolmakers with spears and fire, bring down the woolly mammoth? Evidence is everywhere. Cave paintings from France and Spain depict mammoths in vivid detail, proof that humans and mammoths walked the earth together. Ancient mammoth bones bear the marks of stone tools, the cuts of blades and the breaks of human-made hammers. Massive hunting pits filled with bones tell silent stories of slaughter. Did mankind wipe them out? Some say yes. But then, in 1993, came a discovery that shook the world of science. On a tiny Arctic island called Wrangel, off the coast of Siberia, researchers uncovered the remains of woolly mammoths that lived thousands of years later than anyone thought possible. These mammoths were alive when the pyramids of Egypt were already ancient. 4,000 years ago, woolly mammoths still walked the earth? Why here? And why for so long after their mainland cousins vanished? The Wrangel Island mammoths were smaller than their ancestors. Isolated, inbred, and cut off from the world, they were the last survivors of a dying species. Their genes were failing. Strange mutations appeared, faded coats, broken senses of smell, signs of disease. The mighty woolly mammoth had become a shadow of its former glory. But this discovery raised a terrifying question. If mammoths survived here in secret, could they have survived elsewhere? Legends from Siberia told of mysterious giant beasts, hairy elephants seen in the remote tundra by hunters who vanished before they could be caught. Strange tracks in the snow, roars echoing through the frozen forests. Could some have escaped extinction? No evidence has ever been proven, but the possibility remained. And then, another twist.
In 2013, scientists extracted liquid blood from the frozen body of a mammoth buried in the ice. Its cells were intact, its DNA preserved for thousands of years. For the first time in history, the blueprint of the mammoth could be read. The age of resurrection had begun. Today, scientists in Russia, America, and Japan are working to bring the mammoth back. By splicing mammoth DNA into the eggs of modern elephants, they hope to create a new creature, part elephant, part mammoth, to walk the earth once more. But should they? If humans killed the mammoth once before, could we do it again? And here at last, the pieces of the mystery come together. It was not the climate alone. It was not disease alone. It was not even hunting alone. It was everything. As the Ice Age ended, the grasslands shrank, forests spread. The mammoth's world died. At the same time, humans hunted them, drove them from their ranges, and destroyed their herds. The great killers of the mammoth ... were time and change and man. The last mammoth fell not with a roar, but with a whisper. And so the greatest land animal of its time vanished from the earth. But its story is not over. In frozen labs and quiet rooms, the mammoth waits, its DNA sleeping in glass vials, its cells frozen in liquid nitrogen, its memory alive in human hands. The woolly mammoth may yet walk again, but if it returns, who will protect it? Who will bear the weight of its rebirth? And will mankind do better? This time, the Ice Age is gone, but the future of the mammoth has only begun. The final question remains unanswered. Who truly killed the woolly mammoths? The Earth, the climate, or us? The mystery, like the mammoth itself, still haunts the world. The world holds its breath, for the mammoth is not gone, not yet, not forever. In laboratories from America to Japan, in secret projects hidden from public view, scientists are unlocking the mammoth's code, splicing genes, editing life, piece by piece, cell by cell. The mammoth is being rebuilt, not perfectly, not purely, but close, very close. The result: a creature that has never walked the earth, part elephant, part mammoth, a hybrid of past and present. The first of its kind, and maybe, the last. What will this new mammoth be? A wonder of science, a tool to restore the Arctic tundra, soldier in the fight against climate change, or an experiment gone wrong, a beast without a home, without a purpose, without a place in this world no one knows, because this is the edge of the unknown. A step into forbidden territory, a step that cannot be undone. For when the first cloned mammoth calf takes its breath, the Ice Age will stir again, and the balance of nature may change forever. Some believe this is the key to salvation, a way to heal the planet, to rebuild lost ecosystems, to capture carbon, to save the Earth. Others fear disaster, a spreading plague of alien genes, a broken chain of life, a wound that cannot be closed. What is the truth? No one can say, because the story of the woolly mammoth is not over. Its death was not the end. It was the pause before a new chapter, a chapter we are now writing. With steel and ice, with code and cell, with ambition, fear. And as the mammoth stirs in its glass womb, as the first heartbeat echoes in the laboratory dark, we face the final question. Did we kill the mammoth? Or did the mammoth's fate kill itself? Or did the Earth, changing, turning, warming, doom them all? Or was it written from the beginning? Inevitable, unstoppable, destined? We may never know the whole truth, because the killers of the mammoth were many. Climate, man, time, genes, chance, all striking together. It's all weaving the web of extinction, and now, perhaps, all waiting to strike again. For extinction is not the end, not anymore. Extinction is a door, and we have learned how to open it. What waits beyond that door? A reborn past? A second chance? Or something far more dangerous? Something no scientist expects, no leader can control, no human can stop. A new age of giants, or a new age of terror? The answer waits. In the ice, in the genes, in the future. And as the mammoth's shadow rises once more, we must choose wonder or warning, life or lesson, return or regret. For the mammoth's story is not yet finished, and neither is ours, because the question that haunts us all remains. The final question, the question without answer. Who killed the biggest land animals? Who ended the age of mammoths? We did, and now we may bring them back. Circle closes, the story continues. The world watches, waiting for the mammoth to walk again.